London, home of the British royal family for centuries, where the walls of its palaces whisper secrets of power, intrigue, and royal grandeur. Today, you and I are about to step behind the gates of the most iconic royal palaces in the world. From the halls where Queen Elizabeth II was crowned, to the private rooms where royals have lived, laughed, and mourned for generations, this is Discover Royal London. But first, let's rewind back to one of the most defining moments in modern royal history, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. It's June 2, 1953. The world stands still, watching through the new miracle of television as Queen Elizabeth II is crowned. It's the first time the ceremony has ever been televised, and over 27 million people in the UK alone tune in. The young queen, just 25 years old, walks the same path that kings and queens have for over 1,000 years. This moment, rooted in tradition, yet broadcast to the modern world, is history in the making. The ceremony is an inspiring display of power and heritage, with symbols like the imperial state crown and the scepter, all representing the weight of the throne. But what's most remarkable, Queen Elizabeth would go on to be the longest reigning monarch in British history, embodying the very essence of continuity. Now, let's travel through time and space to explore the palaces where history was not just witnessed but made. Let's start with Kensington Palace. Not just any palace, this is where the modern royal family lives. Picture this. It was once the childhood home of Queen Victoria. Behind these walls, the iconic queen grew up, surrounded by royal expectations and strict tutors. But today, it's home to the future of the monarchy, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, William and Kate. While the world sees them at royal engagements, this palace is where they are simply mom and dad, raising the next generation of royals. Kensington Gardens, stretching just outside the palace, provides a lush retreat for Londoners and tourists alike. You can almost imagine young Prince George and Princess Charlotte chasing each other through these very gardens. Now, we step back in time to St. James's Palace, one of the oldest surviving palaces in London. Built by Henry VIII in 1531, this palace has seen it all: births, marriages, deaths, and political intrigue. Even though Buckingham Palace has taken the limelight, this is the place where kings and queens once ruled. Every monarch since Charles I has declared their rule from this very palace. In fact, after the death of Queen Elizabeth II, it will be at St. James's where the Accession Council will proclaim the new king or queen. Imagine the weight of history here. Though it no longer serves as the primary royal residence, St. James's remains a ceremonial palace of immense significance. Its very bricks are steeped in royal history. Windsor Castle is not just a symbol, it's a living, breathing part of royal life. From royal weddings to state banquets, it's the beating heart of the monarchy. And let's not forget St. George's Chapel, where kings and queens are laid to rest, including George VI and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Think of Windsor as the ultimate royal escape away from the politics of Buckingham Palace and the formality of London. It's where the Queen retreats for solace and reflection. Imagine, every weekend, the Queen is here, walking these very grounds. And now, the crown jewel of them all, Buckingham Palace. For over 180 years, this has been the official residence of the British monarch. Every year, thousands of people line these gates, hoping to catch a glimpse of the royal family. Inside, Buckingham Palace is no less impressive. With 775 rooms, including 19 staterooms, this palace is the epicenter of royal life. It's here that heads of state are entertained, grand banquets are held, and crucial meetings take place. Behind the opulence lies a family home, where Queen Elizabeth II spent much of her reign managing public duties and private moments. It's a place of both grandeur and daily life. While London may be the public face of royalty, Sandringham Palace in Norfolk is where the royal family escapes from the world. Every Christmas, the family gathers here to celebrate away from the public eye. For over 150 years, Sandringham has been the royal family's private refuge. Sandringham isn't just a home, it's a deeply personal place for the royals. The Queen, Prince Philip, and many past monarchs have cherished this estate. It's a reminder that behind the crown, there is a family that seeks peace and tradition. Our final stop takes us to the Tower of London, where history turns dark. Built nearly 1,000 years ago, this fortress has been a royal palace, a prison, and a place of execution. The tower's walls have witnessed some of the most chilling chapters of British history. Today, it houses the crown jewel symbols of the monarchy's power and authority. but it's also where Anne Boleyn met her tragic end, where prisoners were held, and where the ghosts of history still linger. We've seen it all from royal coronations to private family retreats. These palaces are more than just buildings, they are living, breathing symbols of history, power, and tradition. But the journey doesn't end here. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content and more royal discoveries. Like, share, subscribe our channel and join us again for more exciting royal adventures.